In a small mountain village, where the nights were darker than ink and the air smelled faintly of pine and snow, there lived a young girl named Elara. She was quiet, almost too quiet for her age, but her eyes, they carried constellations. Not in the way that poets describe beauty, but in a very real sense. When you looked into them, you felt like you could see the night sky itself. Elara had no friends, not because she was unkind, but because she was different. While other children played with wooden toys or chased each other across the grassy hills, she spent her evenings alone, sitting on the roof of her tiny wooden house, staring at the stars as if waiting for them to answer a question only she had asked. Her father, a poor woodworker, often found her there long after midnight. "Elara, you'll catch cold," he would say, wrapping a blanket around her shoulders. "They look lonely," she would whisper, pointing at the stars. "Stars can't be lonely," he'd chuckle. "Then why do they always stay so far away?" One winter evening, after a particularly harsh storm, the village awoke to a strange sight. The sky was almost empty. Only a few faint stars blinked weakly in the distance, as though the rest had been swallowed by the dark. People shrugged it off, but Elara noticed. She could feel their absence like a missing heartbeat. That night, as the wind rattled the windows and the fire burned low, Elara dreamt of an old woman cloaked in silver. Her voice was like moonlight, soft, but impossible to ignore. "The stars are fading, child," the woman said. "And only you can bring them back." "How?" Elara asked. "With your hands. You must paint them." When she woke, she found a small wooden box beside her bed. Inside were brushes of pure stardust bristles and a jar of shimmering paint that shifted between gold, silver, and deep blue, like the night sky trapped in a bottle. She didn't question how it had gotten there. She simply climbed the hill outside the village, opened her paint, and dipped her brush into the empty air. To her astonishment, each stroke became a star, small and trembling at first, then steady and glowing. Night after night, she painted. Some stars were bright and fierce, others soft and gentle. Villagers began to notice the skies returning to life, but none of them knew it was because of the quiet girl on the hill. They simply said the heavens had forgiven them. But the more stars she painted, the weaker she became. Her father noticed her pale skin, the way she coughed into her hands, the dark circles under her eyes. "You're doing too much," he begged. "Whatever it is, let it go." "I can't," she whispered. "If I stop, the darkness will win." One night, the silver-cloaked woman appeared again. "You've done well, Elara," she said. "But the sky's heart, the North Star, is gone. Without it, the rest will fade again. To paint it, you must give it your own light." Elara understood. She walked to the highest peak, carrying her stardust brush and paint. The wind tore at her hair, and the cold bit at her skin, but she didn't falter. With one last deep breath, she dipped her brush into her own chest, drawing out a warm, glowing light. It didn't hurt, just felt like giving away a secret she'd kept her whole life. She painted the North Star, brighter than it had ever been. The moment it lit up, the sky bloomed with constellations, spilling across the heavens in colors the world had never seen before. The next morning, the villagers found her lying peacefully at the top of the hill, a faint smile on her lips. She was gone, but above her, the North Star blazed eternal. From then on, whenever the people looked up at night, they would whisper, "That's Elara, the girl who painted the stars." And in a way, they were right, because her light still shone, forever watching over them.